Alright, we just got done watching Sailor Moon, Season 1, Episode 32.
32. Yumino's resolved. I'll protect Naru. So immediately this episode opens with Luna having a conversation with the arcade machine, which has happened, what would you say, 3 or 4 times before?
Yeah, maybe more, honestly.
This side of, like, the Dark Kingdom is omnipresent. It's in almost every episode, if not every episode.
Yeah.
But the
Good Kingdom, let's just say, because we don't know what it is yet.
Whatever.
Has not really been touched on that much, and we don't know what Luna or who Luna is talking to, what the entity is that is.
We learned a little more today, though.
The greater good, but we did learn. You know, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
But basically, yeah. So
they actually foreshadow that all 5 Sailor Senshis will be meeting soon.
Yes, and that it's about time, and that, like, you know, it's about time we told them what it's all about, like what we're looking for. And so all the sailors are meeting in the spot that they all meet at. I believe it's Ray's shrine is where they all meet, where her grandpa, you know, runs the shrine.
Yeah.
It's where the 4 sailors meet with Luna to discuss, you know, the game plan going forward.
Yeah.
As well, we also saw that Zoisite has sort of, like, in a sort of a witch's brew, concocted the dark crystal, or is that what it's called? The black crystal.
The black crystal, which is like what gets the rainbow crystals from the Yumas.
Essentially, and so that was the thing. We've seen all 7 rainbow crystals, but they're in various places. The sailors have 1, Tuxedo Mask has 2, and the Dark Kingdom has 3.
Yeah, the Dark Kingdom had 4.
Yeah, that's what it is.
4.
And so, basically, he's turned the the black crystal into. It can turn people into Yumas.
Yeah.
As opposed to the people that already have the rainbow crystal within them, they can turn anybody into Yumas as long as he shoots the little beam at them.
Exactly.
Which is kind of crazy because it can drag out this sort of arc a little longer, which is a little frustrating because I'm sick of the rainbow crystals.
Yeah, we're ready to wrap her up, and we know this season only has 40 episodes or 40 some odd. Yeah. So we're about to wrap her up. In this one, we find out Luna's from the moon.
Yeah, that's huge. Luna is legitimately from the moon, and this princess they're talking about that they're trying to find and that they're trying to protect
her. Yeah,
is the princess of the moon.
Yeah, the princess of the moon.
Which is just like so. Again, this sort of backs up my theory that Usagi is the princess.
Is the princess?
Like it's within her somehow, because we talk about these, like, you know,
that
anime in general, you find these sort of grand spiritual things, and like you don't really think about them because they put the good musical cues behind it and stuff. But
that's very interesting.
Yeah.
And Luna says was only there to awaken the sailors, the Sailor Senshi. So came right off the bat from the moon, gets Sailor Moon. And that's we know the kingdom's on the moon, and then we get to a scene. Yumino is totally crushing on Naru,
which was implied in past was it the last episode or a couple episodes ago? But
it was, but now
they're moving this forward.
Happening.
We're helping Naru get over Nefrit. But
Naru,
I think that it's interesting that they're trying to spin Yumino, who used to have a huge crush on Usagi, onto Naru, because Nefrit is a much older man.
Yeah.
He's a much wiser fella, and he's not as inherently submissive.
Well, Yumino is just the complete opposite. He's just the kind of.
But maybe that's why
that might be the point.
Maybe that's why it could work.
And Naru's just.
And it's to keep the side plots going, which I enjoy. I'm starting to like Yumino based on this episode, just because initially I found him to be irritating and sort of lazily written a little bit.
Well, he's just like, ooh, I'm hyper.
But
I have a question.
Pairing him with Naru just helps sort of weave the high school plots into it, and Naru's a little bit more aware of the mysticism of things than Yumino is. But anyway, so
and then Usagi comes up and says, "Oh, like, whatever, you guys like crushing each other." And she's like, "Oh, we're just friends." And Yumino freaks out, does the whole anime, oh, and then it, like, whatever. And then Usagi's like, "Oh, you gotta become like a cool guy." And he's like, "How do I become a cool guy?" She's like, "Just like Tuxedo Mask and has the hard eyes."
Yeah.
And then he just dresses.
He takes it very literal.
Takes it literally, and he dresses like Tuxedo Mask.
He takes things quite a little bit literal.
And he's starting to act like Tuxedo Mask.
He's starting to feel like a cooler guy in general.
He's starting to feel like a cooler guy, like little, like petty things. He's trying to come and save Usagi and like the friends. And then we see Zoisite.
Yeah.
And he looks up, and where were they?
They were just in some alleyway.
And then sees.
It was outside of Naru's like apartment building or something. Right?
Yeah. And then just sees Yumino dressed as Tuxedo Mask and goes like, "Oh, Tuxedo coming." Sorry. Yeah. Goes like Tuxedo coming. And, that's the translation, Tuxedo Mask. And freaks out and then disappears. Thinks he's, Yumino's Tuxedo Mask. And then Yumino's confused. And And then Luna's like, and then wait, where are we now? So that happens, and then
we've been scattered.
We've been a little scattered. So well, that happens, and then I think we get to when
they go to their
Usagi,
Naru and Usagi go to the arcade, and Usagi is really like vying for Naru and Yumino to get together.
Because I think she wants Yumino off her back. She wants Yumino off.
Well, yeah, because that's the word it initially was. But I think it also like she's. I wrote down here, as I've written this down in almost every episode, but she's a great friend, and like even though Yumino's been a bit of an irritating sort of person to her, she still like cares about him enough where she's like, come on, like he's head over heels. Mm-hmm. He's gonna be totally committal. Go for it.
And I've written this down almost every episode as well, and it's that Usagi never listens. Luna says, we got to search for the princess, and Usagi's like confused, or not even confused, just like distracted with other things, and doesn't want, not that she doesn't want to do things, but she's just very like scattered and definitely.
So they go to the arcade. There's a plot hole here. They go to the arcade where Motoki works, who we've established has a long distance girlfriend now. And she's like, he offers her 2 tickets to this Red Man circus thing, date thing. And
she thinks they're going on a date,
but
gets all hard eyes.
I thought they had already sort of given up on him, but I mean, it's not necessarily a plot hole. It's just kind of like, I think that the whole Yumino's long distance girlfriend thing probably is going to be swept under the rug.
You mean Motoki?
Sorry, Motoki, yeah.
Yeah.
No, Yumino. Yumino's yet to have a proper significant other. We'll see. I think him and Naru could be a plot further forward. That would be very interesting.
Yeah, I have glasses very similar to Yumino, and I don't like the swirly eyes.
No, the swirly eyes is weird.
Goofy. It looks kind of like he's...
And before we discuss the actual Yuma thing and stuff in the rest of the episode, I'd like to discuss this beverage we have here.
Oh yeah.
Pull it up for the camera there, bud. So this is a Sailor Mercury. This is a homebrewed cocktail I came up with. It's a gin and tonic with a little bit of lemon juice, and to get the color is blue Gatorade, and also in the character
some flavor, of course.
Yeah, and it was not Gatorade, blue Powerade.
Yeah.
And I also did that because Sailor Mercury is very like, you know, by the books, and so if she's going to be drinking, she wants to get her electrolytes in.
Yeah, she wants to get electrolytes
so she doesn't get hungover.
Yeah.
And so we have the Sailor Mercury.
I
think I'm going to do a variation on other sailors in the future. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to create some sort of Sailor Mars, even a Luna, if that was possible.
Yeah,
I don't know what the Luna would be.
Let's leave that for further reviews.
Yeah, and also leave down comment section below if you have any ideas for some Sailor.
We've yet to say this one. Sailor drinks. Let us know if you have any ideas for Sailor cocktails. There's a lot of stuff on the internet. This is a variation on something I read on the web. You know, not to take full credit. It was a website. I think it was called Weeaboos. I got this from.
Weeaboos.ca?
No, it was a Tumblr. It was weeaboos.tumblr.com. Yeah, but okay, getting back to the episode.
And then
they go to the circus where this Red Man thing, and Red Man is this sort of played up Power Rangers.
I wrote that he looks very much like a Power Ranger. Yeah. Was Power Rangers was that before?
I'm not sure.
If it wasn't before,
it's that archetype has existed for quite some time.
That's true.
And Sailor Moon is in some ways based on.
And I wanna make this clear that Redman, the rapper, was not popular or super popular at the time that this aired, at least in Japan, 1992. So they would have no idea that Redman is the rapper that he is. I love it.
So they're fighting, and Usagi has come to. So okay, we've got to say that. Naru and Yumino, Usagi convinces, and Naru and Yumino is still dressed up like Tuxedo Mask.
Oh yeah, he
still acting like Tuxedo Mask.
It's kind of odd.
And basically, they end up with the tickets based on Usagi's sort of social manipulation, I suppose.
Yeah.
And they go to the circus together, and Usagi goes without telling them, just to like watch on them and to make sure that they're like, you know, that it's all good, because she's a good friend. At least that's what she thinks is being a good friend, is just watching upon this. And Zoizite very quickly shows up. He's on the sort of merry-go-round kind of thing.
And then that's when he tries to shoot his Yuma spell right at Naru, and
Naru's concentrate, and he doesn't recognize Naru. He just goes, "That girl."
Yeah,
which I thought was weird.
Which was odd. And then she, of course,
she's a constant target. Naru is constantly being targeted by the Dark Kingdom, I don't think she deserves it.
She doesn't. She certainly doesn't deserve it. She does. She bends over, and then it goes right over her. Hits the Red Man Power Ranger looking guy, and then he turns into the giant Yuma, and that's a much deadlier Yuma.
Yeah. It's not mine.
You can use the green salsa. Yeah. Yeah, it's mine. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Well, the Sailor Jupiter salsa.
I'm gonna use the salsa.
All right, go for it.
Okay.
Yeah, sure, whatever. It's not mine. It belongs to the
No,
the
it's not
moon.
mine.
It belongs to the moon.
It's totally. It's not mine.
It's not my fault.
All right. So Red Man turns into a Yuma here, and starts attacking. Blah blah blah, and is going for Naru, and Yumino will do anything to protect Naru. And Yumino will do anything.
And he goes face to face with the Red
face
Man
to face
Yuma.
with the Yuma. Tuxedo Mask can barely get a Yuma. He can barely get a Yuma, but he does. But he can barely get a Yuma. Whereas Yumino's this nerd.
Yeah.
And he tries going and he just gets.
Well, and he does this move where it's like shrimp tempura action, because earlier I forgot to say this, earlier in the episode they're sharing lunch. You know.
Oh yeah,
he's like that shrimp tempura. I was like that shrimp tempura.
When we
looks
mentioned
really good.
Yumino crushing on
and
Naru,
he brings some in his backpack, and he throws the shrimp tempura at the Yuma. Obviously, it does nothing. What a waste of food. I actually like something about me like
something about that. I mean, like
I don't like seeing the delicious shrimp tempura.
It's a waste of food. You're wasting food. Period. It's terrible.
We should get some shrimp tempura.
Let's go do it. And then Tuxedo Mask
actually
shows up because
and everybody's in this. There's this thing where the monster throws everybody into these green balls that slowly expand and take out people's takes people's oxygen away slowly.
Yeah.
And everyone attending the Red Man fight is being.
And Yumino, he's trying his best here. He's trying his best.
He's out though. He's out for the count.
But like he can't do what Tuxedo Mask does. He's trying his best. He's got the passion, but Tuxedo Mask just hits them with that shit. I mean, sorry. He hits them with that stuff. And then but as Tuxedo Mask is fighting the Yuma, Naru is being suffocated by the Yuma's
and within the green ball, she sees Tuxedo Mask and thinks that it's Tuxedo Yumino Common.
Yeah,
right?
She thinks it's Tuxedo Yumino because he's dressed like him. So she thinks that that's what's going on. So she's like, Yumino's saving me. And
then Sailor Moon is fucking. Oh, I'm so sorry.
That was a big one.
Sailor Moon is ready to go. Sailor Moon is ready to go, and she saves the day. Really at this point, and but then there's a conflict between Zoisite and Tuxedo Mask, and so basically Zoisite threatens to let these people suffocate. But he'll let him go if Sailor Moon gives the one crystal that she happens to have in her brassiere or whatever.
Yeah.
And she does, because that is the right thing to do. But
because she doesn't want these people to die, obviously, these innocent people.
Yeah. And this it all sorts itself out, but in the end of the episode, Zoisite ends up with his 5th rainbow crystal.
Yeah, so it does
Tuxedo
work itself out, but that
unhappy about it.
because Tuxedo Mask, if anything, is looking for these crystals way more than.
But one thing, there's two things that were interesting that I wrote down about this, is that Sailor Moon actually solved this one on her own. This episode pretty much sidelined the other sailors. They were only earlier in the episode. They didn't show up anymore, because they ultimately have very little to do with the Naru Yumino sort of part of the story, other than when they showed up during the Nefrid arc. But
even Luna was like, Usagi, you did well.
Good. Yeah, but earlier in the episode, this was the second of the two things. Earlier in the episode, I forgot to mention, Luna is talking to the Moon Kingdom or whatever, and she's saying that basically it's like, they're all pretty good, except one's kind of like, he doesn't really listen to authority or whatever.
Yeah, who's that? Am I right?
Who's that? It's the crybaby.
Yeah,
crybaby Usagi.
Yeah,
and so the biggest developments in this episode are Usagi is truly becoming independent. We've talked about this character development. I think we're actually getting there. It's just really, it's becoming slightly less of a joke, and Luna is starting to warm up to it. Perhaps the other sailors are starting to warm up to it. Zoisette's seeing her as quite a threat. They lost a crystal, so the Dark Kingdom now has 5 crystals.
Yep.
The Yumino and Naru thing is ramping up to perhaps be.
I think that might be a
I think that's gonna be more. And Tuxedo is really going rogue, and because he says
that's big.
He's like, I want the crystals. If you get a crystal, I'm gonna take it from you.
Yeah. So what's gonna happen here is that sailors are gonna be trying to get the crystals, and I think we're gonna see some Tuxedo Mask sailor.
So this was a good episode. It wasn't a great episode, but it was definitely good.
In terms of storyline, it was a good episode. Set up a lot of.
I don't like the other sailors being sidelined.
Episodes. I want to see, like Sailor Mercury. She's my favorite sailor, so I'd like to see more. But whatever, I think that'll come. And this was a great setup.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Sailor Mars cocktail. I got some great ideas for it, and I'm looking forward to you guys sharing it with me.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
It's been
a field day. That's about it. Yeah. Thanks for watching.